croeso, welcome to this hybrid meeting of the Registration and Licensing Committee on Monday, the 17th of March, 2025. I'm Councillor Anthony John Richards, and I will be chairing today's meeting. Just to make you aware, today's meeting will be recorded, and can you please ensure that your phones are switched to silent for the duration of the meeting? And would members, officers and attendees who are present in the chamber today please use their microphones when speaking? And when not speaking, can I ask that you ensure your microphone is switched to mute? If you have any questions, please raise your hand or your electronic hand if attending virtually. Agenda item 2 is declarations of interest. Are there any declarations for the public item only? If we go to Mr. Chappell, and if you could just give the name of the applicant, please.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Morning, members. So agenda item 4 is a Lee Bromwich, 8 Crofton Drive, Baglan in Port Talbot.
Any declarations of interest?
I see no declarations, Chair.
Great, diolch yn fawr. So agenda item 3 then is minutes of the previous meeting, and minutes of the previous meeting of the 17th of February 2025 are on pages 5 to 7 of the circulated agenda pack. I'm happy to propose. Can I have a seconder to approve the minutes for accuracy, please? Diolch yn fawr. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic or physical hand, I will assume that you're in favour of the minutes.
I see no indication to the contrary, Chair, and the minutes have been approved.
Great, diolch yn fawr. So agenda item 4 is the private hire vehicle licensing, and the report can be found on pages 7 to 12 and is here for decision. So, Mr. Chappell, can you please introduce the report?
Chair, Mr. Bromwich is outside. Would you like me to bring him in?
Yes, please. Morning, Mr. Bromwich. Just to go through very quickly, so I'm Councillor Anthony John Richards. I'm the chair of the committee. We also have the vice chair. You'd be aware of Neil as the licensing manager. We've got our legal representative. We also have Kath there, who you've met from the licensing team. And then we've got the members. Some are online, and the other 4 in the chamber today. And then we've got our Democratic Services officers to support us. So thank you very much for attending. So members, agenda item 4 is the private hire vehicle licensing, and the report can be found on pages 7 to 12 and is here for decision. So Mr. Chappell, will you please introduce the report?
Yeah, thank you, Chair, and morning again, members. Morning, Mr. Bromwich. Agenda item 4, this is a request, members, from Mr. Lee Bromwich to grant him an exemption from displaying the council's backplate and door signs on his vehicle. So Mr. Bromwich hasn't purchased the vehicle yet, but it's something he's planning on doing. But he wants to know before he does so whether his business case that he set out in the papers will necessitate the need for him to effectively not display the backplate and door signs on the vehicle. Members will be aware that the council's taxi licensing policy requires that licensed vehicles display door signs and a backplate. The backplate's on the rear, door signs are on the side. However, members may remember that they have previously granted a number of exemptions to businesses where there is a good business case for doing so. Members, you may remember that where previous exemptions have been approved, then certain conditions have been attached to the approved licence. These conditions are, there's 3 of them. The door signs issued by the council are not required to be displayed on the vehicle when the vehicle is being used in connection with conveying VIP, corporate or executive customers, or where the customer has expressed a desire for the door signs not to be displayed. Number 2, the backplate issued by the council shall be secured to the inside of the boot at times when the vehicle is being used in connection with conveying customers, as detailed in one above. And in its place, we'll have an identifying disc, which is located in the front windscreen of the window in a visible location. And then condition 3, if the vehicle is used for private hire work, which is not in connection with conveying customers as detailed in the conditions above, then the door signs and backplate then shall be securely fitted to the vehicle. So that's just a safeguard. So if the vehicle is used for general private hire work, then the door signs and backplate are available, and then they need to be securely placed onto the vehicle. Members have been asked here today to consider Mr Bromwich's request. After hearing all submissions, the business plan is attached to the report. Should members agree to the request, I would also ask that members then extend that approval to any future vehicles which are subject to licensing by Mr Bromwich. That will save us coming back before this committee in the future. Thank you, Chair.
Great, diolch yn fawr, thank you. Members, are there any questions for Mr Chappell on the report only? No? Okay, I will now invite Mr Bromwich then to make their submissions.
Yeah, so basically when I submitted the plan is to come without the plates purely because of the type of clientele that I'm going to be driving around. I currently work for, as in the letter, the Trade Centre Group, which is a general manager. So we'll be transporting directors, even the owner, flying in and out of the country. So obviously we're looking for a more private, higher executive service given to these clientele. Also, with my company, we heavily sponsor Swansea City. So my marketing director has got contacts in Swansea City. So I'm looking to apply to the football club as well for private hire to facilitate that. And yeah, so it's just basically the clientele I'm going to be running around. Hopefully, if it's granted, it won't be the normal general public. It will be the more upmarket and more the celebrity footballer kind of clientele then.
Great, thank you very much. What we'll do now is we'll go to questions to the driver, and I will start with Mr Chappell, please.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for that, Mr Bromwich. Just a couple of questions from me. You haven't purchased a vehicle yet for this business, have you?
No, it's purely because obviously I was waiting to see what the outcome of the meeting.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And I know your business plan is to convey VIP executive persons. However, should you not get those contracts and you did general private hire work, or if you did general private hire work alongside those contracts, you'd be content, obviously, for the backplate and door signs to be displayed on whichever vehicle you purchased.
Well, my plan is obviously if I can, because I've got the contract really lined up with Trade Centre Group. So if once I get that up and running, I'm open to acquire another vehicle, which will be more for normal private hire then, and then use the one vehicle just for the high end of market.
Thank you, Mr Bromwich. Thank you, Chair.
Great, thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr. Members, any questions? No, I don't see any. Any questions from our legal officer? No? Okay, so thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr. Can I check that everyone has had the opportunity to ask all questions? Yep, great. So thank you very much. The committee will now retire to deliberate, Mr Bromwich, and you will be notified of the decision in due course.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.